Hey there, how's it going, everybody? So today I'm going to show you how to upload data from a CSV to Salesforce. So in this case, what we're going to do is upload a list of leads from a CSV to the lead object in Salesforce. Um, so this is a very common thing that might occur. You get someone providing you with a lead list, whether it's someone you pay or like you scrape a website or something, you're going to want to have to find a way to upload it into your CRM and ideally in a programmatic way. So, you might be familiar with a tool like Data Loader. However, I'm going to show you today how to do it with Python and Jupyter Notebook because I think it's just faster and better and it gives you more flexibility if you want to do anything custom. So, to give you a quick preview, we have our Salesforce instance here. These are all of our leads. So there's 15 leads in here, and I'm going to upload like 25 leads just to give an example. So I have this dummy data that I downloaded from this website here, and I can share this in the notes below just so you have a reference. A couple other things you want to be aware of is the way that some of the field names are displayed in Salesforce, or the API names. You'll need to make sure that you get these exactly correct. So some of the weird ones would be the address field or the phone field, the name field, etc., etc. So I'm going to take you through. I have a little notebook here as a preparation. So if you want a more comprehensive overview of how these libraries all work together, I suggest you go watch my last video. But I'm going to take you through this, and it should be pretty self-explanatory. So yeah, let's get started. So I'm going to start by importing the libraries that we're going to use in this script. So we're going to start with importing OS to get the environment variables. This is for authentication and the download path so we can get the CSV. So this is the name of the CSV, 500 leads. So I'm going to run that. Then we're going to upload this just to make sure that this is working. This has been loaded from our .env file, an environment variable, just to protect some personal information here. I'm not going to have these hard-coded into the script. Then we're going to authenticate with Salesforce using this line of code here. We're going to upload the CSV. We're going to read the data frame. So now, to give you a preview, this is what the list we're dealing with looks like. Okay? So we have about 12 columns, 500 rows of data, and we're going to have to do some manipulation on this data frame before we can upload it into Salesforce. So I'll leave this displayed here. The next thing we're going to do is examine, okay, which of these fields do we have in our CRM versus which fields do we not have? So first name, last name, those are pretty common. Company, the address field, city, county. This is one that I know for a fact is not in Salesforce, so we're going to drop this column. Then we have state and zip code, 2 phone numbers, email, and website. So pretty much everything here lives in Salesforce except this county field. And I know this because in the documentation, if you go to look at the way address fields are formatted, there's no option for county. So we can just go ahead and drop that column. So that's been dropped. Let's go ahead and see what this looks like. So now we have 11 columns and a big list of leads. So the next operation we want to do is we want to rename the columns. So what we're doing is we're renaming what they are showing from the CSV to what the correct names in Salesforce are. And there's a few ways you can get this. One is just through documentation. The other would be you can go to the object manager in Salesforce. You can go to fields and relationships and then say we want to know what the phone field is called. I just type phone, so the API name is phone. And then if we want like the mobile, That's called mobile phone. So that's kind of a way that you can figure out what the field names are. Another way is to check the documentation, and that's what I used to figure out the documentation and the correct names for the address field. So what I've done now is created a field map of all the column names, so which shows what we're going to name them to. So in this case, everything basically goes from a snake case format to camel case, which is the way fields are typically formatted in Salesforce. So we're going to go ahead and run that operation. So now we have a data frame with all the fields formatted correctly. Okay, and I'm gonna cut the data frame down from 500 to 25 rows. So just to do that, we're just gonna slice it, and so now we have this small DF, a list of 25 leads, and we're going to go ahead and upload this into Salesforce. So let's get rid of that. If you remember from the last video, you want to convert it to a dictionary. And then here we have a list of leads. So we're going to take that and we're going to run this bulk lead insert function and see if it works. So that might take a little bit of time to run, and it should give us feedback as to whether or not it worked. Okay, so it looks like it worked for all 25 except for the first one, James Butt, because it detected a duplicate. Sometimes Salesforce has these built-in rules which detect duplicates. In this case, I had already created a record for James Butt when I was just testing the script. So that's why it didn't load him, which is probably a good thing. So we go back here and refresh this. You'll see a bunch more leads are uploaded in this database. So that's it for today's video. I'm just going to keep it super short. Please let me know if you have any other questions. Cheers.